Let's stiam for world of challenges.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the World Cup of Challenges, the greatest contest of all time. Now, we've had our entries in, and really high quality. If you remember, the task was to make a video that'll look good when it's played backwards. And, well, you've been for some treats. Okay, let's get straight down to it, shall we? Our first tie was Elise Williams versus Miss Ledsham. And I'm afraid this tie is a walkover. Elise didn't submit a video, so Miss Ledsham goes straight through, but still enjoy her video because it's a corker. So Miss Ledsham goes straight through with that brilliant artistic effort. There are two other entrants, by the way, who didn't submit video, so let's get those two ties out of the way as well. Molly Stanley didn't submit a video, which is a shame, but that means that Nicole Roberts goes through, and I've got to say, it's another artistic corker. So brilliant that from Nicole, and would have been hard to beat anyway. Nicole goes through. The third person who didn't submit a video is Tristan Bain, which means that Elliot Green goes straight through with this. Okay, so that's the three uncontested ties out of the way. Now let's get down to business and see who wins when pairs of contestants fight it out. Firstly, it's Fran Paletta against Mr. Tate, a Titanic pairing. Let's have a look at Fran's video first. A magnificent piece of work there. It really brought out my beautiful side. Now, Mr. Tate has entered a 21-second documentary on the state of the world on the 1st of April 2020. It is entitled Out of the Darkness. A magnificent modern art installation there by Mr. Tate. Performance art at its best. Now I've got to make a decision which ones goes through. I liked Mr. Tate's. I like the effect of the burning wick at the start. However, I have to ask him, like his lessons, would it have been better if it had stopped a lot sooner? Fran, what's not to like? There was art, but there was also condiments. Fran Paletta goes through to the quarterfinals. Next, it's Billy Ellis against Bevan Williams. Let's have a look at Billy's video. Good stuff, Billy. Now let's see what Bevan's got to offer. Tough decision, this one. But I've got to go for Action Man Bevan. Bevan Williams is in the quarterfinal. And now here's an epic contest. It's Alison Bunting against Mrs. Hatfield. Alison goes first. Ooh, I like it. Artistic, colourful, layering. It had it all. Let's see what Mrs. Hatfield has to offer. That was strong. That was strong. Cast of thousands, but all 2 meters apart. Well done. My decision. I'm going to go with the art again. Alison Bunting is in the quarterfinals. Two ties left, and I promise you this one is a classic. It's Scarlett Williams against wildcard Micah Hampton. Scarlett to go first. Oh, that's quality. And here's Micah, and this is quality too. This is such a tough decision. Two superb entries. So I'm going to make an exception and say the loser is given an automatic entry to the competition if we do it again next week. But the winner is Scarlett Williams. And so we come to the tie we've all been waiting for. I have witnessed many great contests. Liverpool against Milan in the 2005 Champions League final. Ian Botham's ashes in 1981. The First World War. And yet, this is the greatest contest that I've ever experienced. It's the Ben White derby. It's Ben White against Mrs. James. Ben White to serve. Magnificent work from Ben. Can his great rival and shadow, Mrs. James, come up with something even better? Oh, that's high quality. Ben had toothpaste defying the laws of nature. Mrs. James had a gecko vomiting a maggot. It's a tight call, but I just can't deny a video of a gecko vomiting a maggot. Mrs. James goes through to the quarterfinals. So there we have it. We know our 8 quarterfinalists. It's time for the draw. And you can see here we have 2 members of staff left, Miss Ledsham and Mrs. James, and 6 pupils. So, who will get drawn against whom? Oh, it's Nicole Roberts. She was very impressive in the last round. Someone to avoid. And Nicole will face oh, Miss Ledsham. High quality pairing. Our next draw will be it's Elliot Green. And Elliot will face Mrs. James. So both members of staff gone now. Let's see who's out next. It's Bevan Williams. And Bevan will face Fran Paletta, which means that Scarlett Williams will face Alison Bunting in the final quarterfinal. But what is their task? Well, I can tell you that their task is this. While wearing a blindfold, draw a portrait of me. Yes, me, your glorious leader and male model. You must, using a piece of paper, some sort of drawing implement, I don't care, it can be paint if you want it to be, that would be a bizarre choice, but go for it, or a pen or a pencil. Wear a blindfold so you can't see the paper and draw a picture of me. The best one in each tie will go through to the semi-finals. You must submit a video of you doing it to show you're not cheating and a photograph of your portrait in the same way as you submitted your last entry. Good luck, and please enjoy the World Cup of Challenges.